Two very interesting things to learn about Charlie Kirk. He keeps the Sabbath. That's one. He kept it. I don't know what day it was he said he kept. I know one video he said, he mentioned about Friday evening. Then he said Sunday morning. So I'm not sure if he meant Saturday or Sunday. But I'm glad that he mentioned something that many people in church feel like we don't have to literally keep a day or whatever day you want, or it's not a big deal. You know, the one commandment that God said, remember it. We all say, oh, forget about it. It doesn't matter. Sabbath is in my heart. All these things, right? But I'm not gonna go too much into the Sabbath in this video. But it's good that he mentioned something, spoke about something that is controversial with many churches, or something that many people don't feel like touching on. I don't know why. It's in the Bible. It's all over the Bible, but you know. But I like that. Interesting. And another thing, I've heard people say he's a racist. You know, and some people say he's racist because he says certain things about black people, brown skin people. I like to say brown people. I'm gonna say brown people because I look brown. To me, I look brown. And are you racist because you say certain things about a certain demographic of people? Or are you just saying information about the people? Right? So, you know, I think someone said, I heard somewhere that someone said, he mentioned about if they were to stop purchasing sneakers with their money and doing this with their money, and instead do this with their money, they'll be better off, stuff like that. You know, I mean, regardless of your demographic, regardless of your ethnicity, how you use your money will affect you, right? And, you know, I personally grew up around a lot of brown skinned people, and a lot of them just focus on just buying sneakers and buying shoes, and I'm not saying only they do that, but I grew up around that, and I grew up, you know, hearing conversations with brown skinned people, and got older, you know, certain conversations about money. I never heard brown skinned people talk about money. You know, I'm in a restaurant, I hear Caucasian people talking about business. I don't hear brown skin people talking about them. They're talking about what's on TV and sports and everything else. I'm not saying all brown people are like that, but it's my observation, my corner of the world. You know, it seemed like many of them, you know, obviously I think many of them are. I think many people in general tend to gravitate to their ethnicity, and then they gravitate to them and they do things together, and it's all reinforced because, oh, you look like me, you doing this, I'm gonna do that too because you look like me. But what if that thing that you seen them do is not right? It's obviously hurting you. But you know, growing up too, to this day on the news, I'm seeing mostly brown skinned people are getting into trouble with the law. Hispanics are getting in trouble with the law. Of course, all ethnicities get in trouble with the law, you know. But in my lifetime, I have barely seen Asian people, Chinese people, Korean people are seeing them get arrested and being caught on camera doing brutal acts of violence, stabbings and all that. I've barely seen that, at least in my personal experience. Right? So, you know, and it's not, if someone says a certain information about a certain group of people, how is it racist? It's just stating information. Now if Charlie would have says, all black people should burn, all black people should die, no black people should get any sort of government help or any sort of opportunities, you are racist then. Obviously. I think that'd be pretty consensual. But let's be careful when we hear certain words, that we're not jumping to conclusions if obviously the words is not cut and clear about what he really meant by that. And let's be careful that we're not looking at other comments and then based on what they're saying, our friends are saying, yeah, he is racist, you know. Yeah, let's be careful that, is he really? You know, am I really discerning these words correctly? They're, you know, so, and let's be careful in general with words we hear from anybody, you know, a friend, a coworker, your partner, you know, because you could hear them say certain things and you think, what? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Huh? You know, how dare you? Because sometimes somebody can say certain words and then we misinterpret it, and then we get all upset and angry and cursing and violent and hostile because we thought those words meant something else. Let's do that. I pray. Wait, can you? So again, I'm saying all hostile. So what did you mean by that? Break it down for me. That right there would reduce significantly the amount of arguments in households today. Can you break it down for me? What you mean by that? Rather than to just get hostile because you thought that word meant something. Accusing. Listen, and I years ago I used to be with a girl that would accuse me of like, Into which the Bible says Satan is the accuser of the brethren. Oh my gosh. Accusing. Because you thought that meant something else. You thought when you saw that meant that. Be careful. Like when you're accusing, be careful. Because it could be a demonic spirit that's operating through you. No, get the clear evidence. Ask the questions. Sit on it. Think about it. Pray about it. Break it down. And you may find yourself coming to a different conclusion based on the breakdown of what you heard or saw. All right, y'all. God bless you. Much love. Love y'all.